Welcome back. So today we're discussing nutrient-dense foods versus energy-dense foods or calorically dense foods and their potential health implications, whichever way you decided to go. I know so many of these topics related to food that seem just ridiculous to even talk about, but with 40,000 plus choices in your local grocery store, I would suggest we need to talk about what is the difference between nutrient density and energy density when it comes to food. Because this difference literally could either promote vigor, vitality, or disease and dysfunction. And if you have not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please share with your friends, with family. The only way people accumulate more health is by making sure they have the right information to accumulate health. And I am in great confidence that the information I'm supplying will promote greater and greater health accumulation. So consider the most nutrient-dense foods are going to have the greatest array of natural occurring essential vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, the essential amino acids, because the body is a miraculous system. If you simply give it the essentials to work, it will take those essentials and it will create all kinds of awesomeness. It's going to create your tissues, it's going to create your systems, your immune system running, your brain function, your eyeballs growing. I should say, like your toenails growing, your eyeballs healthy. But if it doesn't have those essentials, man, you're going to decay, you're going to atrophy, and you're going to become much, much less in the health sphere and in the vigor vitality sphere than you want to be. So foods that would be highest in the essentials, for surviving and then thriving would be foods like beef, salmon, chicken, tuna, eggs. Basically, without some of these foods coming into a person's life on some sort of regularity, at least on a weekly basis, that person's going to have to supplement. There's just no way around it. You're going to need fatty acids, you're going to need amino acids, you're going to need vitamins and minerals. You're going to have to supplement with something to make up for the lack that's found there. And I know, broccoli, bok choy, spinach, watercress, zucchini, parsley, spirulina, blueberries, flax seeds, walnuts, chia seeds. These are, in fact, awesome nutrient, great density foods and, very low on the energy output. But these foods, they need to be supporting foods. They cannot be the centerpiece. They cannot be the thing that we go to as this is my nutrient-dense food, because so many of them are devoid in some essential amino acids. They're devoid in some essential fatty acids. They're devoid in some fat-soluble vitamins. And even some of the minerals that are in them, they're not accessible to any great degree for humans. So just because a nutrient, a mineral, a vitamin is in a food doesn't mean that our body, especially in the industrialized world, where we don't have this vast array of diversity when it comes to our bacteria in our gut and specialized enzymes present there, we can be at lack in our capacity to absorb and assimilate the nutrients that are in a lot of vegetables and beans and nuts and seeds and fruit and such. So when I think about a plate of food that wants to be nutrient dense, I'm thinking about, say a piece of salmon or a piece of beef on that plate. It's like my starter thing. It's not going to be the biggest thing on my plate, not going to take up the most volume, but it is the thing that's on my plate because I know the nutrient density is there to then take care of everything else I put on my plate. Like everything else is just additions, is phytochemicals, is fibers, is resistant starches, and even the meat itself. There's parts of meat itself that actually help us absorb nutrients in like the fatty acids in the meat can help us absorb nutrients within the vegetables and fruit and make them more accessible for us. So I have my beef or my salmon, this is like say 4 ounces. And then I surround it with greens, oranges, yellows, reds, purples, blues. In the vegetable family are wild rices, yams, sweet potatoes, purple potatoes, olives. And I look at my plate and I'm like, whoa, this is some serious nutrient density and some serious food volume while actually maintaining a very moderate, in fact, low energy density. So when we don't match nutrient density with energy density in a food, we really end up needing more and more high energy foods to make up for that lack of nutrients. And on top of that, The energy dense but nutrient lacking food, it literally strips nourishment from our body in the process of being digested, assimilated, and the body trying to use what's there. The deal is, if you put it in your body has to figure out what to do with it. Whole nutrient dense foods supply many of their own resources to digest themselves. This is not the case with caloric dense dead food that is nutrient poor. This is partially why your McDonald's Happy Meal, it's still going to be fresh as can be a year from now. Just stick it on the counter. It'll be there, ready for you to eat a year from now, just like it is today. So many people in the industrialized world, they struggle with excess calories and, overeating. But the reality is people's bodies are starving for nourishment. And this manifests as overconsumption and like never being satisfied. The key is not to start counting calories. The key is to start filling your plate up with nutrient-dense foods over and over. Nutrient-dense foods, tend to have a lot more volume to them compared to energy-dense foods. If our eyes see a full plate of food, our satiation signals will start going off, boo, 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 saying, this is going to be really satisfying. But if they see, 14 jelly beans sit in a bowl, our eyes are going to think, whoa, I definitely need more than that. That is hardly anything right there. Even though the 14 jelly beans, as far as an energy equivalent, is like 1.5 cups of sliced up pineapple. So 1.5 cups of sliced up pineapple is going to look like a whole lot more than those 14 little jelly beans, even though calorically, they're both 150 calories. Or consider if you're going to, consume a standard lasagna bowl. A standard lasagna, about a cup, contains about 400 calories. But what if instead of using the wheat pasta in your dish, you use zucchini? That same cup of lasagna goes from, 400 calories down to about 250 calories, 260 calories. So you've literally increased your nutrient density by adding the zucchini in place of the pasta, wheat pasta, and you've decreased the actual energy density of that food in the process, which is what we're looking for all the time is, okay, how do I increase nutrient density while either maintaining energy density or decreasing energy density? Because you may have noticed, but there is a significant issue with body composition maintenance, optimal body composition maintenance, that is, in the United States of America. So you can do yourself an overwhelming amount of health good and greatly decrease your need for calorie counting by simply loading your plate with nutrient-dense foods. We're talking the meat, the fish, the eggs, vegetables, fruits, seeds, beans, lentils. Eating for your health, it's not complicated. But every time we put a pseudo food like chips and crackers and Costco muffins and fast food and soda pop and slushies and Jif peanut butter and fake coffee creamers in our body, we're literally voting for a more complicated food and health experience. So let me know, please, how it goes when you start casting those votes for nutrient-dense foods. And the cool thing about this is you literally can vote as many times as you like. Vote away. There's no fraudulence there. It's your body. You can vote nutrient density into it over and over and over again. All right, I'm Dr. Matt. Hope this is helpful. Get your nutrient density on, and I'll see you next time.